So let's get to this, guys. As we head into the losers bracket now, at this point, every game, every match matters to all of these teams. All of these matches in the losers bracket are lose and go home. As we start here with SCCC2 and ZOE. Zaf, you want to take the SCCC2 lineup? You want me to do it?
I can take it, sure.
All right, take us in. What do we got?
All right. So we have for battleships Yamato and Montana. And then for cruisers, we have 2 Des Moines, Goliath, Worcester. And then we've got for destroyers, Gearing, Daring, and Grozovoy.
Grozovoy. I'm actually a little surprised to see the Grozovoy, but we'll see how it goes.
Surprised to see 2 of those ships.
Fair enough. Opposing them from the south, we have, this is ZOE, a bit of a mixed team here. We're seeing people from GG Boy and Rem forming a team. They're bringing Ohio, Yamato, Des Moines, Worcester, Moskva, and Stalingrad. A Worcester on each team, Zaf. That's interesting.
Well, yeah.
Gearing,
I was going to comment on that.
Okay, Gearing, Daring, and Shimakaze. All right, Zaf, go ahead and make your comment about the Worcester. Let's talk.
Okay, now that Shimakaze, by the way, running 20-kilometer torpedoes. So here's the deal. The reason I wanted to talk about the Worcester is because so far in all of the battles that I have cast to King of the Sea, I've seen Worcester once, and then I saw a replay of a Worcester that was Kraken Below's Worcester. I've seen a Worcester twice in King of the Sea so far this season. Both times they've lost. So I was going to comment about it's interesting seeing SCCC2 bring in a Worcester, but then, of course, with ZOE bringing a Worcester, well, I guess that means one of these Worcesters is going to win.
One of them is. We'll have to see. Now, I earlier we watched a Vampire Deuce smoking a Des Moines up into a very aggressive position on Land of Fire in the BN match. Here we're seeing Shimakaze smoke doing the same here for Lolly Spotter's Des Moines. Lolly Spotter, I see what you did there, playing a radar cruiser. His Des Moines getting snuck up to this island south of or kind of over here on the southeastern edge of the B cap. Both teams shoving a Des Moines into that position. What?
Dual radars at the same time. Did you see that?
I did. Both Des Moines popping the radar here as the AP salvos begin to go out. ZOE has an opportunity here to do some big damage against. Eddie is a punk. Eddie is a punk. What a great name.
Yep.
Against Eddie's
37.
That's right. Eddie's Des Moines there. Lolly Spotter taking some decent hits there.
He did not spot those AP shells coming into his face.
This game is starting with a bang here. Zach. Lots of fighting going on around the B cap. Blue Morphos Grozovoy dives the C cap, does sneak in there. Shells falling in on him. He's not lit. He looks like he might be able to bag C. Puercotron Shimakaze. There we go. He's lit again now somehow. He was lit very briefly there.
Not sure.
Not sure either.
But it doesn't matter. He's going to come away with C. And the Grozovoy is another ship that it would be worth talking about because, of course, it's got the utility of pretty much every consumable available to a destroyer. So it's got the heal, it's got decent guns, it's got torpedoes that are pretty decent. It's kind of like the jack of all trades, master of none kind of a ship. So
if there's
brings a lot of utility to the team.
She does. Grozovoy is very much a utility destroyer. The thing that she doesn't do well, it is not a torpedo boat. The reload on the base reload on the torpedoes, I think, starts at 2.5 minutes. So you're getting Shimakaze torpedo reload, but you are not getting Shimakaze torpedoes. That's the price you pay for having a heal and defensive fire and speed boost and smoke and fairly quick firing guns with good AP. Yeah,
Lolly Spotter.
No! What is he doing?
From him for a second.
What is this?
He got smacked by the Yamato.
Oh no!
He was being farmed by the Worcester at long range as well. And now Leopard's Daring getting on this too.
Well, he's just going to get farmed to death because now the Grozovoy is pitching in all the way from over on the 9 line. A single fire and Lolly's game's going to be over. More shells falling in, and there he goes. Yamato takes care of it.
Shot.
So they did a great job of smoking him up into the bottom end of the B cap, but he did not do a very good job, it seems, of protecting his health once in that position. And just like that, a ship lead for SCCC2.
Very easy to feel like you've got that advantage. You got to that place safely. Now what can I do to make something happen? And then you saw the result of that. He just got whacked a few times too many.
One too many hits with the snake, as Robin Williams would have said.
Yes. Speaking
That's,
of which, I'm a little miffed that you didn't catch my Patriot reference.
which one?
In the first battle, when you said, what can they do to win this against, I think there was a second battle, and I said, if they reform and wheel rights, you might have their flank.
Yeah, no, I heard it and I thought, wait, what is he doing there? That doesn't. Never mind. I've got nothing. Shimakaze is in a gunfight with a Grozavoy, Zath. What are you doing?
Goliath sporting.
Who takes their Shimakaze and voluntarily courts a gunfight against anything?
Well, fortunately for him, Blue Morpho decided to pop his smoke and prevent himself from spotting Puerto Catron. So he's gonna just sail away from this, just kind of like.
I mean,
I did that.
Puerto Catron has got some backup in the area. He's got an Ohio to Moscow nearby, but man, why risk that? Goodness gracious. SCCC2 owning C, picking up B, 230-point lead and climbing here. 5 minutes gone in game 1 of this best of 3 here in the losers bracket. Day 4 of King of the Sea here on NA.
Yeah, very interesting. Now look at Hu Tao in the Yamato turning broadside. He's got full W going. He might take one gearing torpedo. I think he'll be okay, actually. He'll be fine. No, one on the butt.
No, right between the screws, Zath, right under the turn of the stern.
Kobayashi says no.
Indeed. Now, as you look at the map here, we're 6 minutes in, and ZOE's got a pretty good little solid group controlling here the ACAP. Yamato gearing Worcester opposed by Yamato gearing Worcester, so like literally a mirror match at the ACAP. Where things are going to be interesting is on the sea flank where ZOE has so many ships. There's 5 ships over here, Zath, including this Daring who's currently radared by Eddie's Des Moines here. As he takes...
Brujo just got smacked by the Montana.
He took a friendly Shimakaze torp in the bow. That's got to hurt.
Why would it hurt?
Technically, it didn't.
Correct.
Conga line torps coming in for Eddie. It looks like they're all going to miss. Yep, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Mm-hmm. Eddie being forced back due to concerns with that Ohio. Here comes Ohio shells. Yeah.
Good, solid hit on Eddie there.
And here comes Leopard trying to smoke him up.
That Ohio position is going to be very big. That's Lego Mr. Panda here, moving up the 9 line, able to punch one of those cruisers in the face if he can spot them, which for the moment, he cannot. He's going to need the Stalingrad on his left flank. Who is that? Way down here. That's Kiev Rex. He needs to move up and try to get those guys under radar so he can do this. He's got a ways to go there. They're 16 kilometers out.
Yep. Now, you see the plane went up, and I just followed those shells. They went in between. Lego Mr. Panda putting the plane up, trying to spot that cruiser in that smoke. And so that's a very common tactic that Unicom players will do. They can smack a cruiser that's sitting in smoke. But the thing is, with that Daring shooting too, it's very easy to get confused for which shell is which.
I like Panda's position. The struggle that I have now is that the smoke is expired. He needed to just wait. He needed to wait it out because now the smoke is gone. It was Daring smoke, right? It couldn't last very long.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's up in a position where he's got a Goliath, a Montana, and a Grozavoy. They're going to be all up in his face, and he lost the critical shots that he needed on those radar cruisers that would allow his teammates to pick up C.
Right, and we kind of saw that with that Des Moines early on. Same thing happening. You're in a very strong position, and you're like, I'll just leave this.
Yeah.
And now Minato coming under fire now.
All he literally needed to do was just sit where he was and just wait. But he kept moving, and now his team's a little worse off for it. He's not going to take a Grozavoy torpedo. He slows down long enough to dodge those at least. But he's not able to punch those radar cruisers in the nose, which is what he really needed to be doing.
Absolutely. Now, Morpho detected, so Panda might... He's turning his guns. He's on double fire. Here comes the salvo.
Here comes the salvo. Not as much as you would have liked, and the Grozavoy torpedoes are coming in. They have a long reload, but they're decent torps if they'll land. In fact, Panda right now looks like he's on track to take... He's going to take at least 2, if not 3. He's going to take 3 of these. That should put him out. One on the bow, one on the belt, one in the stern. There he goes.
Wow.
Just too aggressive right there. He had a great position with shots through the gap there onto those radar cruisers. He didn't need to keep moving up, but he did, and it cost him his ship.
Yeah, that's the theme of this battle so far, just abandoning that strong position. And I don't know why I have ZOE up by 1, because this is the first battle.
This is
I
game 1. That
apologize,
is, yep,
guys,
not true.
we're missing that.
Now, ZOE does pick up a kill there as they
Ooh.
grab the opposing Worcester over here. Where was he? Looks like he died near the gearing smoke. Yep, he died
Minato,
right as the gearing
there
was
he
trying to
goes.
pick him up. Yep, the Daring's been living a very deadly, dangerous game over here at sea. Finally, he's going down.
You're
As
playing a
they've
very dangerous game, Captain.
That's right. They've shoved Puerto Tron's Shimakaze into B. They're trying to. It feels like they're ZOE's kind of desperate now, right? They're almost 500 points down. They're 2 ships down. They're having to make some very risky plays just to stay in the game. And SCCC2 is doing a really good job of just giving ground, being patient, trading well, up over 100,000 hit points here, and they're gonna get the Shimakaze here as soon as somebody else drops shells on him.
So they get the reset on Puerto Cotron, and then, of course, the Worcester now coming into the smoke. This is going to be that kind of do-or-die positioning for that Worcester, because he's going to get picked up on radar in a second here, and all hell's going to break loose on him. But for now, he does have a shot on the Grozavoy.
His radar is chugging away. He's got shots on all these destroyers. He has the opportunity to be impactful here if he can make it work, except it feels like he's shooting at the wrong DD. He's continuing to shoot at the Grozavoy. Yep. Leopard's Daring is right there. I think I'd almost rather be shooting at that guy.
Yeah, that would be preferable too, but...
The Worcester is, at the moment, dark in that smoke. They do get the Grozavoy. That's a big kill.
There it is. I think they were looking at it as, let's get the kill first.
Yep,
let's focus fire, and you can see that there's other red teammates that can shoot the Grozavoy. Now they can focus on the Daring.
It did work. The Worcester is spotted in that smoke. Someone has him lit. I think it's Eddie's radar. I think they started with Albino's radar. Now they're using Eddie's radar. And it's interesting to note that SCCC has pulled back so far off these caps, other than these kind of low health-ish Des Moines, that ZOE might be in a position, Zath, to actually flip the whole board. But man, the Gearing and the Yamato are just getting hammered. No, there they go.
Yep.
Wow, I just looked over and saw the health pools. I just looked over and saw the health pools. 2 quick kills, and this is all over. This is all over.
Yeah, so Hu-Tao and the Yamato took I think that was a Daring torpedo. It might have been the Grozavoy torpedo. Either way, he took a torpedo. That hurt, and then followed up with another Yamato shell. So now we're seeing the Worcester just kind of, well, let's just damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead kind of a deal.
Indeed, they're going to get Eddie here. Then they're going to get Leopard, so 2 quick kills. That I would say that kind of keeps them in the game, but Sai takes a torpedo in the bow. Not much health left on that Worcester. The Gearing, Pyrobellum's Gearing can beat this guy in a gunfight. Another big kill. They get the Des Moines.
Another big kill.
Wow.
Another big kill, guys.
I mean, it's turning into a bit of a bloodbath here at the end. ZOE definitely fighting to the last ship, but they're down to just Kiev's Stalingrad and Brujo's Moskva, who's kind of hanging out over here on the 9-10 line. And what's interesting to me, Zath, is that at the moment, SCCC is so far back off these caps, it's going to be a while before they can score points. If Kiev was in a position to maybe just back off and kite for a while, they could narrow the gap. I mean, it's a big gap, but every little bit matters.
So, big mistake here, in my opinion. He just sailed right out of the cap.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But I think I understand why, because he's afraid of both battleships having his side.
Yeah.
Here come the Yamato shells. He's trying to dive the island to get some cover on his right side so he can focus on the front, but then that happened.
Yep, good pens.
So, remember, this is a Stalingrad, so it's a little bit larger area to be hit compared to a Moskva.
Feels like he's
giving slowing down here.
A bit too much angle to the Montana there, who bounces everything that Stalingrad throws at him. Here come the return shells. Stalingrad doesn't take much in return. But the Goliath's easily going to flank him and put him out here in a minute.
Yep, Sacred's coming around. Now, Brujo is kind of stopping or hitting the island. If he kept on going, he actually would have had a good broadside shot on the Goliath. But
Goliath says,
that
good day, sir. And that just leaves Brujo as the last surviving red ship on the board. He's literally just firing into the ocean, so he's spotted. Here come the Montana shells. Here come the Yamato shells. And there it is.
and that does it right there, ladies and gentlemen.
So now I want to talk about why what I don't like about what ZOE just did there. Although we're actually at a point now where it doesn't matter anymore. But let's talk about then why you might not have done that up to this point of the event. Because well, what is in the two qualifiers in the group stage, Zath, what was the tiebreak done on? Points. Points.
Yes.
The points you score in a match mattered. Now, as of today, it doesn't matter anymore. So, all right, fair enough. I can see why you might not care anymore. But for me, why is this? There we go. But for me, it'd be a bit of a hard of a mindset to break, right? Like, fight to the end, yes, but earn as many points as you can on the way out the door. It feels like that's going to be a thing going forward in future King of the Seas, and I feel like it's probably just a good habit to get into.